jumping around. They rush 4. Plenty of time for John now. Squeezes, steps up in the pocket. LA can run. Inside the 10. Head first. He falls off the 5-yard line.
Manning out of the gun. Manning lets it fly. It's caught by Thomas. There's the record for Peyton Manning. Rushing 4, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground and still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Ward at the 4-yard line.
Here we go. First snap of the overtime. The Broncos have been in 3 overtime games this year. They won them all. Got him at the 40. It's Thomas at the 50. Stiff arm got him 3 to the 30, to the 20. Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on to New England. They win it on the first.
Nothing wrong with Ojobo podcast.
What is up, NRW crew? How you doing, MHRT fam? And good to see you, Broncos country. Welcome to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. I am your host, Johnny Baki, and beside me, as always, is my best friend in the world, godfather to my kids, and my co-host, Isaiah Henderson. And joining us special tonight from the Orange Weekly podcast, or from the Orange Weekly podcast. Yeah. What is it? Bourbon Broncos, no BS.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mr. Kevin Dandino. What's up, guys? How are you?
Can't complain, man.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Chat's already filled up. Avatar comes in. He says, "What's up, Broncos country? Let's ride." Hashtag in Peyton we trust. Absolutely. EJ's in the house. He says, "What's up, Broncos country? NRW crew." Bronco Bill from Broncos Breakdown says, "Hello, Avatar and EJ." Very formal. I like that. EJ comes back formal as well. He says, "Hi, Broncos Breakdown." Shadow Jacker in the house. He says, "How about them Broncos? How about them Broncos? Maybe?"
How about them Broncos? Indeed.
Graham is in the house. He says, "Iconic highlights." Well, thank you for that, Graham.
Mr. Graham Tidekey,
who broke the K-Jack News live on air.
You're darn right. It's good to see you, Graham. Here's to you, my friend. Here is to you.
Actually, yes. Cheers. So, my boss, tomorrow's his last day, and he's from Colorado Springs as well. But he's a Philly fan, and so he's real big into hunting and stuff. So, since we've worked together since September, in my freezer, I now have deer and moonshine. So, his gift to me for my birthday as well is apple pie moonshine.
Oh, my favorite. Oh, I love being in the South. I love being in the South. Kevin, have you ever had apple pie moonshine?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my first time.
Doesn't make it worth living in the South though. That heat and humidity. No.
I disagree.
Not stand.
I distree. Now, like
I could get that mailed, shipped up to me here in Colorado. I don't need to be down there for that. So
we're talking. No, the stuff that you ship, that's the weak stuff. We're talking stuff that got made in someone's basement.
Yeah, and then I get it up here, so I'm good.
All right.
Glenn says, "Nice to have Kev keep some sanity around here tonight." First,
have you ever watched Orange Weekly, Glenn?
We don't.
Kevin's going to keep the sanity.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's why you brought an Air Force guy in here. So.
Yeah, an Air Force captain, Isaiah. Like we're screwed. We're hanging with an officer.
Well, my boss was an Air Force.
Some supervision.
Guy.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
See?
Yeah, from the Air Force. Okay. All right, guys, sit down.
Listen, Kev. When I was in Afghanistan, no, I'm not calling you sir, not once. Okay. When I was in Afghanistan, some of the most irresponsible people. No. You know what? No, I'm not going to. I will not stand at attention. I will not go to parade rest for you, sir. Anyway, some of the most irresponsible people I served with in Afghanistan were officers.
They're Army officers. That's why.
Don't even cheer
Army
force.
officers. You can't make it in the Air Force. You go to the Army. You can't make it in the Army. You go to the Marines. So I mean, that's kind of how it goes.
Ouch. Well,
Mr. Biden says, "Let's see who the boys pick. I'm watching with judgmental eyes." Well, all right.
Okay.
We'll see who you pick.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there, Boggins. So,
Cameron
hey, guys.
says Isaiah with the hat backwards didn't know he had style. First off, Cameron, when we meet, you're gonna realize that I have the most swag of anybody you've ever met. So that's gonna be a fantastic thing. When Doug is in the house, he says, "Hey."
All right. So, hey, welcome once again to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. We are a fan-led Broncos-based podcast that goes live every Thursday at 7654 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch on the MHRT Network. Please, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, like this video, give it the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it out there. Help us build the family, guys. Ring that notification bell so you know the moment any of our shows go live and you do not miss out on any of our awesome content. We have several other shows on the Mile High Roundtable that you don't want to miss. The 5280 podcast is live 7654 every Tuesday, same locations. Our new AFC West Roundtable show, Wild Wild West, featuring representation from all four divisional teams, has been and it really has been a lot of fun so far, you guys. That goes live every Wednesday at 7:30, 6:30, 5:30, 4:30, again at the same locations. And last, but certainly not least, Broncos Breakdown with Bronco Bill drops every Friday night, 7654, same locations. Don't forget, you can also catch every one of our podcasts in audio form wherever you find your favorite podcasts, be it Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Isaiah, would you just kind of give us a quick rundown of the merch store, my friend?
Yes, and you guys absolutely do not want to forget that we now have the MHRT merch store, where when you go in the merch store, you can go in, only 6 days left to get 20% off everything. You can go ahead and redeem that. You can get your merchandise from your favorite podcast. We got 5280 podcasts up here. We've got Broncos Breakdown with Bronco Bill. We've got Wild Wild West. And if you click Discover Designs, it'll take you over to the next page where we have NRWOB. And you can click on it. You can get all the merchandise you could possibly want, need, ever have, different colors, different sizes for men, for women.
T-shirts, hoodies, water bottles. I mean,
who wouldn't want a water bottle with Johnny and my face on it? Mainly
right.
me, but
That's
we'll
right.
throw in Johnny just in case. Get some diversity in there.
Please.
So who would not want that?
You
so
wish you were me.
Head over to the merch store. Get 20% off of everything. Only 6 days left, guys. So go ahead and get your merchandise so that way we can all rock it at the meetup whenever we plan that in the future, whenever we have money. Yeah? All right. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about the free stuff you're sending me for hopping on the show here. So,
I had it said. I had it typed in.
I'll tell you what. When I have any extra money anywhere in my life, I'll throw you a shirt.
Wait, am I getting paid for this? I thought I was at least getting free merch.
Well, you know,
we were going to send it, and then you said Air Force, and then I canceled.
Yeah, well, I mean, Air Force automatically means his life was more cush than ours. I mean, like, let's be honest. Have you, Isaiah? Did you ever read an Air Force DFAC?
Life was hard.
Yes,
did you ever?
The greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, like seriously, I remember.
Sometimes they were out of chocolate milk. It was.
Oh
rough,
my
okay?
God, chocolate milk! Good Lord, listen to this guy.
I think the only DFAC we had on board with that chocolate milk was the Special Forces DFAC.
No, yeah, look, I'm just saying, the one time when I was at Fort Sam Houston, right? We went to our Army DFAC every day. We were forced to because this was during AIT. So we were, but then once we reached a certain point, we reached phase 5 and we were free to go other places, during the day. We decided to venture over to the Air Force DFAC. Now, I had literally watched a cockroach do a tap dance across the cottage cheese at the Army DFAC. Right? I go into walk into that Air Force DFAC. They have people flipping omelets in there, custom omelets, and like sweet potato fries, curly fries, cheeseburgers with real bacon, eggs that are. I'm literally watching the people crack real eggs, and I'm like, dude, we get that crap that's boiled in a bag.
Yeah,
like,
we do.
I was shocked.
Well, how do you think the Air Force can afford that stuff? They take that money from the Army and.
They sure do. They sure do. Bronco Breakdown says that's a great mix. Wild game and moonshine. Yeah, I've had gear before, but since we work together, I've had a lot more of it. So I have a whole like summer sausage roll that's just in my freezer, and it's right next to the moonshine. So
what we need to do is get some backstrap, brother.
Yeah, so I called him the Scott Osborne effect, which is his name. Which since he's left, now I have deer and moonshine, which is it's wild. A city kid from Los Angeles, so it's fantastic. Avatar says my brother bought some apple pie moonshine from Texas 6 years ago. It was so good. It's really good. It's really smooth. He told me don't drink it all at once. It's sipping. If you drink it all, you're gonna die. So I'm taking his word for it. Shadow Jacker says apple moonshine brings back memories. Very, very sneaky.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, it is. It'll sneak up on you. Graham asks, hey, Kev, whose jersey are you wearing?
This is a custom Kev Dan jersey. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I've got my custom jersey back there too.
I was told that I wasn't allowed to wear a Russell Wilson jersey, and I abided by those rules. Somebody
told you that?
here didn't. You did.
Well,
Johnny,
no,
did
he
you-
didn't.
I'm trying to give Johnny here some. I'm trying to give Johnny here some crap, you know. And
Yeah, Johnny, you didn't listen.
Yeah,
I couldn't even remotely believe you, only because I know Isaiah never talks to the people we're gonna have on the show before the show.
That's why I was lost. I was like, wait,
I tried. Yeah, no,
I like those patches though. Where'd you
yeah,
get the patches?
Amazon and eBay and all that stuff, and I just put them on myself, man. So
Johnny, remember we talked about that. Remember, Johnny, getting patches for the Letterman jacket.
Customize this shit, man.
Yeah.
Like
now, Graham,
or
sorry, wrong one. Avatar also says Kev Dan looks like Johnny when he had a shorter beard.
He does.
Yeah.
I can
Life
see
goals
it.
grow it out like you. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
well, you know, this is actually shorter than it, like I used to have it like down to here.
Oh, geez.
Like it was. I took about 4.5 inches off. My Mundungus Creevy, the boss man, nice jersey, Johnny. Thank you, my friend. Bronco Bill from Broncos Breakdown says that my jersey had better have Russell Wilson on the back end.
Absolutely, Drew Lock jersey, isn't it?
It's a Drew Lock jersey.
It's a Drew Lock jersey.
This just came.
I think it's a Drew Lock jersey.
No, it's a Drew Lock jersey.
Sure, it did. Sure, it did.
Prove it.
And for the people who are listening to this, they don't see the video. We'll let you know what it actually says here. Yeah, it says Drew Lock.
Yeah,
it says Lock on the back.
LOCK.
Yeah, that's what I see. So for those who are listening to
Drew
this,
Lock
and
spelled
not able to watch it,
WILSON, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So hey, guys,
Glenn with the dad jokes.
It's what he does.
That's actually
man.
pretty good, though.
I mean, to be fair, him and Bill are the. To be fair, I'm glad that somebody else other than me watches Letterkenny. I love it.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, Glenn and Bill are the true dads of MHRT. So,
Glenn says, "Why the number 11?"
To be honest, it's when I graduated college. So that's my. It's my
in 2011.
Stuck with it. Yeah. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 33, man.
He and I are the same age.
I'm old.
I'm the same age as you are, buddy.
Yeah.
So
we're young together, but the others were old. So.
Yep. And my Mundungus is still riding this best beard on the network pony, and just get off it, bud. It's a lie. It is a lie. It was a weighted vote, and you know what? We still need to have another vote, and I promise this time I will.
I didn't get to vote. To vote.
Cheers to you, EJ. Thank you for all that. Shout out to all the troops that have served and those still downrange.
To our
Appreciate
fallen,
that.
to our brothers.
Here.
All right. So, hey, we got, let's see. Let's go through a few more comments and then we can get down to some topics. Right. So, EJ says the real number 3 Wilson, not that lame lock.
Lame lock.
Not lame lock.
Bronco Bill said, Glenn and I deserve respect for being the elders. No, you deserve a wheelchair.
Yeah, you're right. And you want to know something, Bill? If I don't like you, I don't even talk to you. Like if I'm not messing with you, I don't like you. So there's my respect for you right there, my friend. I'm messing with you because I like you.
Cam Parker says 11 is my dad's favorite number. Elite number, Kev.
Hell yeah, man.
Mike says Glenn and Bill get props for surviving this long.
Woo! That's right. I mean, they've so far. I'm pretty sure both of them have survived at least the Black Plague, and now COVID. So I mean,
yeah.
Glenn was. I think Glenn told me he enlisted in the French Revolution back when they were volunteers. So,
and Bill was marching with the Israelites against the Philistines.
Oh man, he's a real war hero.
Right.
He's been around.
Yeah, he shut it down. He shut it down the walls of Jericho.
Oh God, I'm sorry, Kev. This is what we do. We banter a lot.
This is good. I like it.
Yeah,
so let's talk Broncos, all right? Because that's truly why everybody's here. The banter's fun, and I'm sure it will continue throughout the show. But let's talk some Broncos. So news of the week, not a whole lot, honestly. There's been things have just kind of been quiet in Denver for the past week or so. I don't think we've really gotten very much news. There's been some cool hype videos coming out of OTAs. The guys in the weight room putting up weights and getting all sweaty and getting pumped. There's been some real cool hype videos of like Russell Wilson flinging the ball to Jerry Jeudy. Perfect spirals too, by the way.
Yep.
Gorgeous passes.
Yeah, I need to see more of those.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I do too. I wish they'd send out more. I liked the one I saw today. I think they put it up yesterday, but I didn't see it till today. And that was them, I'll race you to the top, running the hill.
Yeah.
That was dope, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to
cool.
see KJ recovered back so he can be charging up the hill with them and taking the hill.
Oh, and we saw Pookie, Javonte Williams catching a good pass.
Yes, we did.
That was cool to see.
Glenn says, Kev, what's your favorite Orange Weekly moment?
Man, going into 7 years of Orange Weekly,
Wow.
I don't know if I can pick a favorite moment. There's so many that are coming to mind. I would say the formation of the team puffball versus the team visor stuff that happened several years ago, which was meant to be kind of like your Mile High Matrix. We were talking about this earlier today when you described it to me. I was like, that sounds like what we were trying to do. And, but then it evolved to which side are you on permanently? And
visor.
I was originally team puffball, and then David was too mean to me. And I said, screw you, buddy. I'm going to go over here. And that's why I joined Team Visor. So, I think this is actually a good time for me to go ahead and represent here.
Don the Visor.
Show. Boom. Team Visor is here on Mile High Roundtable.
What's Team Puffball?
Just like one of those really dumb puffball hats. Yeah, it's like what they wear on South Park.
Like what you wear with the
hold on a second.
Oh no!
Me
Here comes Team Puffball.
Oh, you're one of them.
He is one of them.
Oh, geez.
Even sadder thing, I think that's the hat I gave him because I would wear it.
Well, I gotta say, I'm disappointed.
Team Puffball, baby.
That's okay. I'm a visor, so
it's evolved to the point where like Jared and I will not wear puffballs. Like we will go out of our way to make sure we wear regular beanies, nothing with a puffball on it. So
I want
whenever
a visor,
it comes up, it's always Team Puffball versus Team Visor. So
I want a visor. I want a couple of visors, but since you said it, and I have one on hand, I got to be Team Puffball all day. Every day.
All right. Wow. Rob Myrick says, "What's up, boys?" I think that's a new name.
New name.
Rob's Orange Weekly guy. What's up, bud?
Oh, that's right. Okay. Hey, Rob. What's up,
new
bud?
name anyway. Cheers.
I love Orange Weekly, and welcome now to the NRW crew, my friend. He says, "Team Puffball, baby."
Yeah.
See, get out.
That's okay.
Of
I
here.
don't believe it or not. I don't actually own a Broncos visor, or I'd be wearing one right now for that. For
Glenn says Team Puffball. Well, that's because he's bald. But yes.
He's got to come.
Okay.
Yeah. Wearing a visor,
he'd
he'd blind the entire stadium if he wore the visor.
Glenn is Team Puff bald. Huh? Get it?
Oh.
EJ asked a good question. He says, "Do you guys think Jeudy and KJ can have a bounce back year with Wilson?"
Bounce back, EJ. I'm gonna go as far.
Bounce back, but yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say breakout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't foresee a bounce back. I see a breakout.
Wilson is the type of quarterback that makes everybody else around him better.
Yep.
So, look at the quarterbacks we've had in the past, basically journeyman quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks at best. And now we have Wilson at the helm. Not only is he a QB1 for sure, but he's the type of player that will elevate the play of everyone around him. So, 100% agree that it's going to be a breakout year, I think, for all those guys.
Yeah, and then you input the Shanahan-Hackett offense. I think Judy's going to have the bigger year, but I definitely think KJ Hamler's going to emerge as a big threat in the NFL, where he's at Tyreek Hill speed, and they're saying, hey, we have to pay attention to where he is in the field because safeties need to pay attention. And I think definitely with Russell Wilson being the best deep ball quarterback in the NFL, I definitely think that's a big deal for Jeudy and Hamler. Bronco Bill says, "Is it me or can the season begin tomorrow? I can't wait." Yeah, I'm anxious. I'm looking at all the highlight videos. I'm waiting for everything. People are posting highlights of old plays and old games, and I'm just watching all of it. I'm right there with you, brother.
Mundungus pops in and says, everyone create more YouTube accounts and leave a chat, and let's see how drunk we can get these guys on the podcast.
Do it. You won't.
No, not with.
Well, I will tell you. Out of we're trying to grow our own YouTube. Starting last year, we've tried to really focus on it. And the number one fan we have on YouTube is some guy named Dan Kev. He's a really cool guy. I talked to him a couple times. So, you got to do what you got to do.
That's hilarious. Right. Shadow Jacker says, Kev, fondest Bronco memory and favorite linebacker, inside or out?
So I would say these are good questions too. My favorite memory would probably be my earliest memory, which is when we won Super Bowl 32. Sorry. That was like the first thing I remember, as a kid growing up looking back. So I'd say that's probably my favorite.
Is there because I agree with you, and my favorite memory is right there too in that Super Bowl. But I always speak of a specific play in that game that was my favorite. Ooh. Is there one that was that for you?
Yeah, helicopter. John
helicopter. I always say it every time.
That was just burned into my memory. Like thinking about it, like I can't remember much else about the game in general, other than that play and then us actually winning. And
we were 8 years.
This one's for John, right. So, but like that play was etched into my memory, and the reason I'm such a big Broncos fan is because of my mom, especially because she was diehard as well. And so just remembering how excited she was, on that specific play, like, oh my God, all that happened. So, as for favorite linebacker, other than the normal Von Miller, I would say I didn't see him play obviously, but Randy Grandshear,
Randy Grandshear,
he was awesome. Just looking back at the Broncos history and Broncos tapes and highlight clips from when he was playing, I think he's just such a well-known name that I have a huge amount of respect for him. So
awesome, Michael Clark,
new name. He says,
"Welcome to the NRW crew."
Cheers,
and the MHRT
Michael.
fam. Michael, here's to you.
Everybody, welcome Michael in the comments. Glenn already says, "Welcome, Michael." Rob had a question. He said, "Who's excited for the Wilson versus the Seahawks this year?"
Not me. No.
I'd be more excited if the Seahawks, if we didn't have such a predominantly better team. But most of their players are gone. But it's going to be interesting to see Wilson going back playing his old team for the first time. So I could say I'm excited. I think I'd say I'm more excited versus for the Rams playing Super Bowl champs, Russell Wilson versus Bobby Wagner. That would be interesting to me. I think I saw another question that I want to get here.
All right.
Yes. Shadow Jacker says 2022 Broncos defensive breakout. I say Josie Jewell. I'd say I'm gonna go Draymond Jones.
All right.
Big year for him.
Well, have you seen did you watch his presser this week?
Yeah.
Did you see how much more jacked he is this year?
Yeah, he's looking big.
Man. He's always been a big guy, but he's always looked big. Now he looks chiseled. He looks like ready to freaking rock, man.
Yeah, that's in my opinion the defensive guy I choose to breakout year. Yeah, last year he had a put himself on the radar a little bit, but now he's got some help with DJ Jones and Randy Gregory to get some pressure off the double teams. So I definitely think with his technique, his strength, and his little bit better experience, being in the same defense as well, I think he's going to be fantastic. Raw Books videos.
He thought I wouldn't catch it. He thought I wouldn't catch it. That's Mike's bookstore.
So Michael Clark, is that Mike?
No, it's our Mike. Mundungus. That's Mundungus's bookstore.
Michael Clark, and then this is him.
Yeah.
So he decided to go and do his own thing where he said,
did it.
Everyone.
He did it. I just realized it. Yep, I just realized that he did it. He went for it. So
you're a piece of crap, Mike.
You know what? The effort. Raw Books videos. Welcome to the NRW crew.
Hey, Kev, who do you think is going to be your breakout defensive player?
Ooh, I mean, Draymond Jones was my number one pick too. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Pat Surtain do even better. I mean, just have an even bigger year.
On that
I thought about him, but I didn't say his name. He was like one of the top rookies.
See, mine is Caden Stearns.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Caden Stearns opposite, playing that strong safety with with Justin Simmons being that backfield with
K-Jack's back, isn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think he's. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if K-Jack is going to be the starter. I think he'll be utilized in like specific situations that that would be
like
really
beneficial.
Move
around, play nickel, play different
things.
Yeah, I can see that.
But honestly, I believe that Caden Stearns is probably going to get obviously Camp's got to come first, and they got to see something from Caden for it. But I honestly believe Caden Stearns will probably be the starter.
I can see that. EJ says, will you guys have a draft war room for the draft? I know the podcast falls on Thursday.
Yeah, this podcast falls on Thursday, and we're gonna do an episode before, we're gonna go live at the same time we always do, which it happens to be 1 hour before the show starts. So we'll be before the draft starts. So we'll be able to sign off and y'all be able to go crack open a beer and watch the first round of the draft and relax because Broncos have Russell Wilson.
Yes.
And we don't have a first round pick as a result.
Yeah, so we'll probably make some predictions for some other teams. Go ahead,
we
Kev.
will.
If you don't mind me putting a quick little plug here for everybody. So if the Broncos, for some reason, I do not see this happening, but if the Broncos trade up in the first round, I don't know if you guys have anything planned, but we will go live the instant that starts. So I'm going to have everything ready, set up so that if they announce a trade up for the Broncos, boom, we're live. Otherwise, we'll be live on day 2 of the draft up through the Broncos pick. So you guys
go subscribe to Orange Weekly. Go
Please
check
do.
them out just in case they go live. Hit the notification bell.
I don't know. I don't think we have anything planned right now. But that can always change. So just stay tuned. So
here's the thing. If I don't get stuff set up and ready, the Broncos are going to trade up. And then I'm gonna be like, I don't have anything but the fact that I'm going to have everything set up and ready to go means that we're not going to trade up. So
that's a good one. That's a good one, Cam. Cam says Baron Browning defensive breakout. That's also a good one. Draymond Jones, Baron Browning, the Ohio State guys. I was going to say Pat Surtain, but he had such a great rookie year. I thought that was his breakout.
He won't be breakout, but you know what? He'll
be elevating himself.
We're going to see.
He'll be elevated.
We're going to see way better. We're going to see way more out of him. All right. So, hey, I think.
Thanks, Rob, for joining us.
Rob. It was good to see you, buddy. So, I think it's a good time right now to go ahead and plug into the Matrix real quick. What do you guys think?
Send it.
I haven't done it yet, so let's do it.
Let's plug in. Did you forget your sunglasses?
Yeah, I did. We haven't done it in a few weeks, so I was looking around. They were here, but I put them back in my my car.
Your car.
So,
okay.
Yeah. But
yeah, there you go. Dude, you look like Stephen Weatherly. All right.
Who just got signed elsewhere.
I know. I'm kind of sad about it too. All right. So, welcome to the Matrix, the Mile High Matrix, where we give you your choice of the orange pill or the blue pill. All right. So, Kevin, since you are our guest, and I've already explained the process to you, would you please present us tonight with your orange pill and your blue pill choices? And then we will decide. We will each decide what we would take and why.
Okay. So I have a couple different ones. And so tell me if this first one is just way off the mark and you guys are like, no, that's lame. Won't hurt my feelings. I get it. So what I wanted to present to you guys, you take a blue pill. The Bolin family would still own the Broncos. They will have settled everything. Brittany Bolin, I think, was the one who would take charge. Bolins would maintain ownership of the Broncos. Orange pill situation we're in right now, brand new owner. Lots of things up in the air with the stadium and kind of the direction of the team. What do you guys think?
Ooh, I'm gonna give an answer that is probably gonna be unpopular. I honestly take the orange pill.
Okay.
New owner. And the only reason I say that, look, no disrespect to Mr. B. No disrespect to Pat Bolin. He is a legend.
Oh, sure.
I mean, but the children are like his polar opposite. I don't know where Mr. B went wrong. They squabble constantly and nobody can ever agree on anything. I mean, let's be honest. Johnny Bolin is nothing more than, something for me to drink and laugh at constantly. So I would go with a new owner. Somebody who, that isn't going to be, have a bunch of squabbling and arguments over what, how to run the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a few. I think we have 3 orange and 1 blue. Bronco Bill says blue hands down.
That's 1.
Shadow Jacker says orange pill. And Mr. Bogdan says orange pill. So it's 2-1. I'd have to go with orange pill. I think I have to go with the Waltons. I think the revenue they bring in, new stadium, new uniforms. I think that with Russell Wilson coming in and the influx of money that he's going to bring in, just his presence, the jersey sales, the ticket sales, the season ticket sales, and then you bring in a guy with a plethora of money. I think
a plethora.
I think you just bring that in and you're able to get a new stadium, more primetime games.
Well, just imagine the cash flow that you can throw at players for contracts. I mean, come on.
Now with that, do you think, I guess a sub question to this, do you think they're going to build a new stadium?
I think it's likely in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be immediate, but
no. It would take that long. It would take like 5-6 years just to get
I think the owner wouldn't do it immediately. I think you may hold off a couple of years because I don't think the first thing he wants to do is say, all right, I'm the owner of this team. We're getting a new place to be at. Kind of like, like George Payton becoming the new GM and just firing everybody and getting his own staff. Give him some time. And then when the dust is settled, then I'll start making my own decisions and going things in either a new direction, same direction, or just putting his stamp on it, basically. So everybody's saying orange pill. Mundunga says, I chose the Flintstone vitamin.
There are blue and orange ones of those, buddy. Yep. I want to bring this one up real quick. Bronco Bill saying, I don't trust Walton to keep the Broncos in Denver. I don't trust him.
I don't see that as an option.
I disagree only, Bill, because of Walton's connection to Colorado. He owns like 4 houses of his 6 houses in different places in Colorado. He's got such close ties to the Kroenke family that owns the Avs, the Nuggets. I mean, he's literally they're related by marriage to his daughter. So, I mean,
yeah,
I agree with Glenn. I don't think there's a chance that that just doesn't make sense.
I don't think it happens.
You look back, the Broncos have such a long, that record of sellout games where, even though you're having 10,000 no-shows, even before the Russell Wilson signing, 98% of season ticket holders renewed their season tickets for this year.
The wait list for season tickets is like 70 years right now.
Yeah, I've been on it for 6 years, and I think I'm not even
You're probably like 13,000th on the list right now.
I was 5,000 something.
Wow. There you
go. 50,000. No, I was 50,000 something 6 years ago. I'm probably 45,000.
Well, there you go. Kevin, you still have yet to give us your pick, your choice of pill.
You know what? So the way I phrased it was, if the Bolin family had settled everything and that Brittany was taking charge, I would take the blue pill. Sure. Because the respect that I think Brittany specifically has for the team and the legacy of her father. Right. Now, I don't know. My one concern with the new owner is, I want somebody who is going to have that same respect for the team and not have it be just purely about making money. Of course, that was, Bolin wanted to make money too. Like, I'm not going to say that he was, that wasn't interesting to him.
He needed more fur coats.
But, right, exactly. He had to buy as many coats as I do have hats, there you go. But so I just, when you say that, when all the news is saying, speculating on Walton being the new owner, my concern is this just for money, or is there going to be a deeper level of respect of the history of the team and the fan base and everything else there? Is he going to move the team? No, because it doesn't make my financial sense to do that. If we had, 3/4 of the stadium not showing up and we had no wait list for season ticket holders and stuff, like, okay, maybe, but that's not the case here. So they're not going to move the team, but I'm worried that the direction of the team is going to be more monetary focused versus what's best for the team and the fans. So that's why I would take the blue pill in the way that I phrased it. Of course, that's not the situation we're in, unfortunately, but there you go.
The last point I want to make before we move on to
make out like bandits. Yeah, whatever they're gonna get paid. Yeah, they're gonna make out like
the last
bandits.
point that I want to make on this one before we move on to the next set of choices is that he also is his brother-in-law, married to his sister, is the owner of the Rams, and he's and he's hyper competitive. Rob Walton is a very competitive person. He wants to win.
We play the Rams this year.
Yes. So I honestly think he's going to care more than some people think.
Well, his brother-in-law, you said it's his brother-in-law or is his son-in-law?
It's his brother-in-law that owns
his brother-in-law has the Super Bowl ring, doesn't he?
Yes.
So Walton's probably going to want one too.
Walton's going to want one too. He's going to want more than that. All right. So moving on. Isaiah, do you want to go next or do you want me to?
I'll go next. So my captain actually texted me. He was like, "Hey, did you drink? Did you try it yet?" He's like, "I was like, yeah." He's like, "Be careful." I was like, "Yeah." Everybody in the chat told me to drink. Be careful and take it slow. Yep. He's like, "Listen to them." So orange pill at pick 64. There's Trey McBride. Okay, that's the orange pill. Blue pill at pick 64 is David Ojobo. So both of those are at pick 64. Who do you get, Trey McBride or David Ojobo? Orange pill, Trey McBride. Blue pill, David Ojobo.
Orange pill.
Trey McBride?
Trey McBride, instantly. If I'm going to pick, spend my very first pick in the draft on a player, they may not necessarily be, day one starters like you'd expect from like the top 10 or whatever, but you want somebody that could come in and contribute this season.
Yep.
David Ojobo is, he's going to be taking that, nursing that Achilles back to health over the next year. I don't think he's going to be ready at any time to really jump in the middle of the season. So he would truly redshirt his rookie season. And I just don't want to spend my most premium draft pick that I have this year on someone that has so many unknowns right now. I mean, I take nothing away from his abilities as a player before he got hurt, but now that injury throws too many questions for me to go spending the most premium pick I have this draft. That's
Glenn obviously didn't pay attention. It says orange because Ojobo has zero chance of being there at 64. If they're both there, but we'll give you orange and say Trey McBride. Avatar says orange, so it's 2-1 for Trey McBride. And then Mr. Boggins says Ojobo. So it's 2-2. And then Shadow Jacker comes in, which looks like
I think he was actually correcting your pronunciation when you said David Ojobo.
I don't care. He chose Ojobo. So Shadow Jacker comes in with the tiebreaker and says blue multivitamin. So he's
telling your wife that that's what that blue pill is there, Shadow.
So far we have Ojobo over Trey McBride at pick 64. I would go. Did you choose? You didn't choose yet, Kev?
No.
What would you choose?
I would also go for McBride.
Tied 3-3.
My biggest concern is similar to what we saw with Jake Butt, where he was injured and he could just never be not injured.
Agreed.
We took a big chance on him. I love the guy. I was just so adamantly hoping that he could get healthy and stay healthy because
he couldn't.
He just couldn't. He seemed like he was a great, player, great guy, a great leader, somebody who had a ton of potential. But here you are, if you're, this is the first pick we have this year and you're betting it again on somebody who's injured and, the Achilles stuff, it's like, what are they going to be like when they come back? Are we really going to wait a whole nother year for this guy? Or can we have somebody who is willing to, who's going to be able to be productive on the field this year? Again, like you said, maybe not as a starter. I'm repeating a lot of the stuff you just said, I know, but it works. At the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to is the health factor. So,
and I don't think we want another edge rusher with Achilles issues.
Yeah, exactly.
So, per sources, Glenn says, Kevin
you know what? I'm neither going to confirm nor deny that. So
your wife might.
Kevin Parker says,
I'm not sure if she's watching or not. So we're just going to.
I'd have to go with. I'd agree. Actually, I was going to go with the blue pill But you're absolutely right. I don't think we should pick the premium pick we have. Even if you give him his red shirt year, you think he's coming back healthy. There's always going to be
if
that.
He doesn't.
You had Von Miller with his Achilles, and you had Bradley Chubb with his college injuries, and then he's nursing his injuries.
Randy Gregory with his injuries.
So I'd say you have Jonathan Cooper, Baron Browning possibly going in at edge sometimes. So you've got some depth there. You also have next year's draft to get an edge, whatever the case may be. But I'd go with Trey McBride. Tomlinson is a great run blocking tight end. But with Albert O, with his injury history, he seems to be healthy. He did great last year. You definitely want another good receiving tight end.
Sure.
So that way Albert O doesn't have to carry. They also said they're going to use him as a receiver, the same way they use see, I knew what he was talking about. So the same way they want to use Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts. Nathaniel Hackett said he wants to use Albert O in the receiver, like those guys.
Apparently, Bill cannot lie.
Bill cannot lie.
Me too, Bill. But me too. But I think having a second tight end, a guy that can sit behind Albert O, or maybe even Tomlinson, in training camp, preseason, whatever the case may be, learn the offense, learn the scheme, get used to it. Maybe do some special teams or go in and out during the season. Definitely get some reps. I definitely go with Trey McBride. Mendungus doesn't take anything serious because he's.
I know Aiden Hutchinson at 64. Are you kidding me? Dude doesn't make it past 2, maybe 3 at the low.
He's there. He's there at 10.
Watch him be right, and Aiden Hutchinson drops to 64 for no reason whatsoever.
Right. All right. So hey, last one before we move on. So my orange pill, blue pill also goes to the ownership situation, since that's kind of been some of the biggest news going around right now. And it's some of the big, it's a big thing to think about. So one of the first things that a new owner does when they come in is they try to make their stamp on the organization. They try to, boom, this is mine. And one of the ways a lot of them do that is by uniform changes, logo changes, rebranding.
This was one of my other options.
So here's where I go with this. Orange pill. The Broncos return to the retro Denver D for the logo, with the horse, with the stallion in the middle, right? Or blue pill, brand new, modernized. I know it's my favorite logo too. Modernized logo, new for the franchise. All right. So orange pill, blue pill, old logo, retro logo, new logo. So, Isaiah, please preach.
Yeah, it's a toughie.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I'm going to have to say old logo. Not because it looks better, but because a lot of people haven't put respect on the Broncos name lately, and they're still not. And I think it's time we put on some retro jerseys and a retro logo and remind them who the Broncos were in the 90s, why the Broncos were one of the most winning organizations in any sports. And let's make some people feel real nostalgic and put some fear in their hearts, and put Russell Wilson and Jerry Jeudy in some retro logos with some modern speed, modern skills, modern playbook, modern West Shanahan offense. Actually, I think that sounds better now that I said it. The retro logos with the Shanahan offense. Let's go back to the 90s, baby.
Let's go back to the 90s, baby. Yeah. What about you, Kev?
Yeah, again, there's so much history there. And you go back to the fan base, just how long fans have been around. That's really the way
I don't have it saved on my computer boss.
Some of the modern stuff, I don't know. It's like, is it going to be cheesy? Even if you say it's going to be a good logo. That's not who the Broncos are. The Broncos are the Denver D, the Denver defense, the history, the passion, everything you said, Isaiah, with who the team is, right? Even if they didn't update the jersey itself, the uniform itself, when they just put that, wear the color rush helmets, holy crap, that alone would be a fantastic look. So,
you know how often I do that on Madden? I go with the current uni, but with the helmet, with the color rush helmet.
Yep.
So I'm with you. So I also would take the orange pill.
If they would, one thing they could do is that the color rush helmet, but then I think the Patriots do it where they have their logo on their sleeve here, you put the current Broncos logo there. Holy crap! That alone
That'd
would
be
look
sick.
You don't have to do anything else. Like why, make a little tweaks, but whew.
I absolutely take the same orange pill, the Denver D. I'm nostalgic. My grandfather, you were talking about your mom. My grandfather was a South Stand ticket holder since the inception of the team, 1960. I mean, I went to countless games with him as a kid, and I mean, everything the man owned had the Denver D on it. And I'm still the same way. So we unanimously, at least here on the podcast, we agree. Retro. Yep. I did want to pull up this one real quick. Everybody it seems like in the chat is also pretty much agreeing. But Boggins comes in real quick. Actually, I've seen a hybrid old D with the newer style design horse in the D. It was sexy.
Oh yeah, I'd like that.
Yep.
I saw that too.
Oh, that's
I
money.
saw that too. But guys, this has been awesome. I agree. We should go back to that retro D. We should go back to that retro D. What I would want though, the only thing I would say is if we go back retro with the logo, keep the navy blue. This nice navy blue. Don't go back to the powder blue.
No, please don't. Let's the Chargers.
It looks good. It looks good in our Nothing Rhymes logo over there, but let's just keep that there. Okay. Kenny, KB82 in the house. I'm sure you know Kenny. They're Kenny Booker. They're Kev.
He says, "What's up, fellas? Off topic, but you just see Tyson beat up that annoying drunk dude. No. I don't understand. I've seen a bunch of people. Yeah, I did. He was in a plane. He was just annoying. I think they said he got shrooms and he got drunk. Tyson gave him shrooms, but he was just annoying the crap out of Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson just turns around and beats the crap out of it. He wasn't super bloodied up.
Annoying the crap out of Mike Tyson.
But he took a bunch of punches from Mike Tyson, which he can say that not many people can say. But a bunch of people are saying
that's true.
A lot of people think that you can just go around doing whatever you want because of social media.
But
for some reason, he thought that Mike Tyson was the guy to be annoying to.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand.
But to be fair, I can actually take a lot. I can take a lot of punches too, and I can take even more when I've been drinking. So, I'm just saying. All right, hey, it's been a fun Mile High Matrix. Let's go ahead and jump out of the Matrix, and we're going to do a quick rundown of each of our first three picks mock draft. All right, let's get out of the Matrix.
Mile High.
Boom, we're back in the real world. So,
I just came up with a great name, Johnny.
What's that?
For a mock draft podcast or this segment.
Okay.
Mock 5280.
Sure.
Like MACH.
Mock.
Oh, come on, no.
Yeah. Mock, yeah. Okay.
Kev Gang got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a hater, Johnny, because all my names rule.
Yeah, KB82 says I would end up like Zach Galifianakis in the Hangover movie.
That one's good too.
I didn't necessarily say against Mike Tyson. I'm just saying I can take a lot of punches before I go down. In general, in every not that I was ever in any bar fights, but in every bar fight that I have ever been in, I took a ton of punches. I took even more when I was drunk, Kenny. Just saying.
Yeah, but also you're not a piece of crap to annoy Mike Tyson.
That's
or really
true.
Anybody.
That's true.
So,
I'd be like, this is even drunk. I'd be like, this is the last person I want to bother.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. It's cool to meet you. And then I'd shut up.
And then just sit there.
Tyson give Isaiah shrooms too.
Why would I get shrooms? I'm in the United States Army, and that is illegal.
I mean,
Avatar says, bless you, Kev.
Appreciate it. I mean, you did choose Puffball, so I am questioning your judgment already.
No,
so
Kenny, listen, you keep that 80-second out of your mouth on this podcast.
Mock draft 52-82nd.
Now I just to explain, Kev. I know from the Air Force, okay, about unit competitions and unit,
oh yeah,
whatever. Isaiah and I were both 101st Airborne. And we actually gave Kenny Booker the nickname KB82 because he was 82nd.
Right. I think he's still currently 82nd.
And so the point is, like, we have that 101st versus 82nd Airborne.
I got you.
Rivalry going on. So keep that out of your mouth on this podcast, Kenny.
Welcome to Mock 5280, where we're going to do a 3-round mock draft. And because Cameron pissed me off right now, I'm going to go first. So mine would be Abraham Lucas, Jelani Woods, and Cortland Flott from LSU. The reason why I went first was because Cam went in the comments and he says, if Isaiah didn't select Abraham Lucas, it's a shocker. Abraham Lucas, right tackle from Washington State. Jelani Woods, tight end for Virginia. And Cortland Flott, nickel DB from LSU. That's my first 3-round pick. I go 64 Lucas, Jelani Woods, 75, and Cortland Flott from LSU, the third pick.
All right. Okay. So, Kev.
Yeah.
What was your 3-round first 3 picks?
I think we really need to address the quarterback position. So I think we get a quarterback. No, not.
No,
okay, no,
please, God, no, not in this draft.
I'm just kidding. Look, big picture, obviously, offense is much improved, at least talent-wise. Again, I think it's going to take a few games for the team to kind of start meshing together and stuff. But we need to spend the first couple picks on defense. So, first, the 64th pick out of Nebraska, cornerback Cam Taylor Britt.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Here comes Cam Parker.
I did. Number 75, or pick 75, out of Wisconsin, linebacker Leo Chenal.
I like Leo Chenal.
There you go. Cover some tight ends, that sideline to sideline action he has, that coverage type of linebacker. And then
he's quick across the field.
He is. So hopefully he's there. And then pick 96 out of Virginia, tight end Janali Woods. So
okay, so we got
that
the
blocker.
I mean, Jelani, just Jelani.
He's also
gelato.
He's also
gelato, but
he's a good run blocker. He's 6'7" and a beautiful.
Dude, he is huge for how fast.
Can you imagine him complimenting Albert O, that run blocking, and then just getting some tight end work in there? Man.
Honestly, after everything I've seen from Jelani Woods, I could almost see him beating out Alberto.
No, I don't think so. He doesn't have
in the future. Maybe not year one.
He doesn't have the breakaway
speed. Future.
He doesn't have to run after catch that Alberto has. But
doesn't have to run after catch yet, but he's got the speed.
Alberto's faster. But I told Johnny a couple weeks ago, could you imagine in the red zone you have Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, Jelani Woods, and Alberto? The shortest person is Cortland Sutton at 6'4".
Right.
But Glenn said anyone from Nebraska. Mundunga said that's the truth because he's from Nebraska. And like I said, when you said Nebraska,
it's also a shot at Cam Parker, who just loves all his Nebraska boys.
And then here he pops in and he goes, yeah.
I love it. Cam.
All right, so I'm going to go up here to Boggin's comment where he says, I'm guessing you're going to pick Nick Bonito, Abraham Lucas, and probably Trey McBride. You got 2 out of the 3, Boggins, for mine.
Nice.
You got 1 out of mine.
I went Nick Bonito for the edge out of Oklahoma for my pick at 64. I mean, the guy is 6'3", he's 248 pounds, 32.5-inch arms, and he runs a 4.5 440. And he is beautiful off the edge. I love him off the edge. And then I did it just like Boggins predicted at 75. I picked Abraham Lucas because he was there. My favorite tackle in this draft, and Boggins, you can hate me for this, is Bernard Ryman, but he wasn't there when I did my mock draft. So I'm going to go with Abraham Lucas, Washington State offensive tackle. He's he's mostly played left tackle, but I think given an off season, well, he has. No, that's right. Sorry, I was thinking of Ryman has played mostly left tackle. Sorry, Abraham Lucas. I think he could he'd be ready, pretty quick to slot in at right tackle.
Year 2 after all the 1 year contract right tackles leave.
Yep.
You put in Abraham Lucas, who was arguably one of the best pass blockers in college. I'm going off on a tangent. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And while I was hoping Jelani Woods would be available for me at 96, I ended up going James Cook, the running back out of Georgia. Because he was not available there, and I really, 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 really like what I've seen out of James Cook.
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
I think he would be an absolute stud, complimenting Javonte Williams.
I think the way he catches the ball, I think Nathaniel Hackett would love to have a guy like that.
Sure.
Go ahead, Kev.
My only question to you guys is, are either of you concerned that we only have 5 cornerbacks right now?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm very well. No, I'm very sorry. Let me reverse that. I put
a cornerback in my mock draft.
I am very concerned about
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
But one thing that I've heard a lot of, and once we get done discussing this, we'll start to roll out of here. But one thing that I've heard a lot of is that due to COVID in 2020, the shutdown and all that, this draft is in 2021. This draft is thick with middle round talent.
Okay.
That's like fair. As far like where you would want to be, a lot of the guys that in other drafts you would be picking in first, second, third rounds, they're going to be falling to the 4th, 5th, and 6th because of the way that
2 4ths, 2 5ths.
Exactly. Yeah. Because there were so many players that decided to sit out a season and come back and play an extra season for their college team. There is such a meaty draft in the middle rounds, especially, that I think you can go get a solid cornerback after, in the 3rd or 4th round. So that's where I went.
I drafted Cordell Flott because he's a nickelback. I like the way he plays. I think him playing behind Kawan Williams, can definitely learn the defense. If there's whatever case with Kawan Williams, we have a guy who can step in, coming from LSU. He's played in the SEC. He's played against some of the best receivers, some of the best teams. He may not have played in the NFL, but he's about as close as you can get. Mundungo's complained earlier. He's complaining because we didn't answer his question. And he says, question, if we move the old D logo and our defense slaughters a team at home, meaning we gave them the D, does that mean everyone has joined the Mile High Club?
I'm not even gonna go there.
Absolutely. I'm not
since we're on that topic, Glenn says Isaiah doesn't need the blue pill when he talks about Abraham Lucas.
All right, hey, on those jokes, we're going to start to roll out of here.
Big E Bronco says, hope everyone's going good for you. Glenn, you guys are starting to become some of my favorite podcasts.
Appreciate that, Big E. So, we're going to start to roll out of here. Thank you all for joining us today on the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast on MHRT Network. It would not be what it is without all of you, and we are truly thankful for each and every one of you that join us on the show. Please remember to join us again every Thursday evening, 7654 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And don't miss our other shows, 5280 on Tuesdays, 7654, Wild Wild West, 736, 35, 34, 30, and Broncos Breakdown on Fridays, all on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Do not forget also, if you prefer listening to audio podcasts during your commute or while you're working around the house, you can find audio versions of each podcast where you find your favorites. We will be back with you next Thursday for even more Broncos talk and fun banter. So,
shout out to Biggie Bronco for this last comment. He says, hey, goofing off, having fun, however you want to say it. You guys are starting to become some of the best, especially with your guests and everything else that you guys are bringing in. Nobody else does it. Shout out to Biggie Bronco, and cheers to you for that fantastic, beautiful compliment. We love to have you. We're here for you. We thank you for that. And anytime you're in the chat, we know it's that much better.
That's 3.
So we appreciate the shout out. We appreciate the love, and we love you back, Biggie.
For real. For real. Now, Kev, will you please join us in a big mile high five?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Arms out.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Okay. I like this.
Yep. I shout mile high five and you clap above your head as high as you can. It started here. We're going to get it into the stadium. That's the goal. Here we go. Mile high five. Woo!
Good work, baby. Good work.
Thank you, MHRT fam. Thank you, Nothing Rhyme or NRW crew. My bad. NRW crew. And thank you, Broncos country. We will see you next Thursday on draft night. Let's ride!